There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and there we are. Pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Tuesday, February 10th. Got a nice show planned here for you, quick and easy, with the short 4-game NBA card. And also, I got 5 to look at in college basketball tonight. Have a good card here. Just running a little bit. It might have grabbed some extra shut-eye here a little bit after watching some early morning action at the Olympics here today. Some exciting action going on at the games. Certainly got some so we got some action here right now going on at the Olympic Games this morning with some of our games here. I'm watching some curling here right now, bronze medal match here between Italy and Great Britain. I actually took Great Britain in this one, and some other exciting action today, including the women's team combined we saw earlier, short track, speed skating in there, cross-country skiing earlier, some freestyle skiing as well, biathlon, luge, and the curling gold medal match also. We'll see there. I'm going to take Sweden, I think, in that one today, but also some ski jumping here. And we already did see one final in Olympic hockey here earlier, and it was Japan losing to Sweden 4-0. Still to come, Germany and Italy. And then today at 2:10 in the preliminary round here, but certainly two teams that are familiar with playing for the gold medal, that played each other many times for a gold, but just a preliminary round match today between the United States and Canada. U.S. kind of getting steamed up here a little bit, it looks like. Right now, Bet Online has just gone to $1.95 here currently. So, man, a pretty big move on the United States here. They'll have their goaltending situation squared up here, it looks like. I think they did announce who would be in there. So that one is at 2:10 p.m. Eastern, 11:10 Pacific. Yes, just a preliminary round this time, but it will be United States and Canada, and a great match today. And also Switzerland takes on Finland also here right now. So with U.S. and Canada, U.S. does have a game in hand. They are 3-0 right now. Canada is 2-0 in the preliminary round here currently as we get ready for action still to come in Olympic women's hockey. Let me say hello to everyone in the chat here and see who's going to join me for a brief show today. After yesterday, we saw the college basketball action with, man, could you believe it? Their top-ranked Arizona Wildcats lose at Allen Fieldhouse. They lost an 11-point lead is what they lost on the road. Kansas won without Peterson. What's wrong with this guy? Was he really out with the flu? Is he playing some hijinks here? You're really going to draft this guy number one? He can't stay in the lineup. He's missed 11 games now this season with 4 different reasons, ailments, if you will, here. Badunga had 23 points and 10 rebounds. Mel Council, 10 of 11 free throws in the game. He did finish with 23 points, although he's just 6 of 25 from the floor. Arizona led by 3 at halftime, but Kansas 21 of 25 from the free throw line, and Arizona just 8 of 14 as Peterson didn't play. That's the 11th time he's missed a game this season. That leaves Miami as the only undefeated team in the county, not the Miami Hurricanes we'll be discussing later, but Miami of Ohio as the only undefeated team left here in college basketball. So Arizona, their first loss after they were number one, of course, in the poll early on. It was Arizona, Michigan, Houston, Duke, and Iowa State. We'll see how that poll changes a little bit next week. St. John's beat Xavier in overtime, 87-82. Speaking of foul shots, Red Storm were 28 of 41 from the foul line. Xavier just 9 of 17. Ejiofor had 25 points and 5 assists. Xavier led the game by 5 with 8 minutes left, but Red Storm came back, went to overtime, won the game, didn't get the cover there. We did have a VIP selection on the over yesterday in that game. You can get those picks every day over at winnable.com. I did send out a pretty strong VIP play there in that one. We had some other winners as well. Go over to winnable.com/Ramon for my premium picks here with Sports Money. My Sports Money premiums included winners yesterday, Valparaiso and Drake game to go over. We had that one yesterday as a premium pick winner. Also yesterday we had some winners here we did find a few winners here on the morning steam, although I would say my college was subpar, I would say at this point. But we did have the VIP winner with Chicago State. Yeah, we had Chicago State here as our VIP early winner yesterday. So we sent out a couple VIP winners. So at least get signed up for the free picks over there. And you would have picked up these 2 winners yesterday with the VIP picks, and they're free over at winnable.com/Ramon. But if you want to get the paid picks, go to winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off any premium pick package over there. And whenever you do order these packages, I do put a little extra on them here. If you get it a month, I put an extra week on. If you get a week, I put 3 days extra on. If you get the 5 days, I put 2 days on. So you always get your money's worth here. It comes out to about 37 cents a day the way I hand out the free days over here. Go to winnable.com/Ramon and get signed up. Did have a premium pick winner, Alcorn State, Mississippi Valley State, to go under there yesterday. NBA last night, and how about fight night in the NBA with the Pistons and the Hornets? Hey, I had the under in that game as our winner here on the show, but man, a big fight there in the game, 4 ejections. The Hornets coach eventually got ejected as well. Going to have some big-time penalties coming down with that game. Had a winner here on the morning steam yesterday with Utah and Miami game to go under. That was winner here. Sacramento and New Orleans game to go under. Another winner here on the morning steam. Atlanta and Minnesota. Another fight night there with that one. And we had the over, but some more fisticuffs came down in that game. And also, winner here on the Morning Steam show yesterday came through at least with a little bit of winning there in the action, but late night with the game here between Memphis and Golden State. We did have the Memphis Grizzlies plus the points and a 114-113 loss to Golden State there yesterday. And the Lakers there in a big game against OKC. Man, Lakers blew that lead and lost 119-110. Thunder outscored the Lakers 10-0 down the stretch without SGA. 7 in double figures. Oklahoma City at 14 threes. LeBron 22 points, no Luka. And the Lakers will come back again and play tonight. Also tonight, we'll talk Clippers basketball with Houston. Clippers have won 19 of 25. And Kawhi said he was disappointed with all the trades last week. That's what he told his general manager, Lawrence Frank, there. And what was one other notable? Well, there were several notable games there. We'll just get to it here with our other games as we get rolling. All right. Going to be a quick show. Let's see who's here to help me get through it here. Hey, Twisted's got his plays ready to go. If he's going to type all these in, let's take a look at these with BYU over. He's got the Heels on the money line, Purdue on the money line, Vanderbilt over, Villanova there, Gonzaga under, TCU plus the points. Arkansas is a great card here. Wisconsin over, Duke lay the big points, Houston lay the big points. Oh man, Twisted going to lay those big points with those powerhouses down there. There's Nuke in the chat, and these are ready to roll here with some hockey action coming up here in about an hour with Germany and Italy. Take a look at this one. He's got Italy. Yeah, you know what? Italy's looked really good here. And not only that, Nuke, maybe Nuke already got down, but here's another one where Bet Online has moved this line up to maybe $2 here, a little bit on this favorite right now. So maybe you can get a little better price. Blake is here today. And why don't they, Blake? I mean, Blake, don't give it away. Let's make that movie ourselves. I think that's what we should do. Right? Do it accurately. Billy's written some books about his life. You could technically maybe get Billy's approval, right, and turn one of his books into, but I don't know if the story's over with Billy right now. A lot of people say he's still got teams out there. All right, good morning to Johnny Walker as well. Bobby Mack is here, ready to go. Steve Eleftherian, nice to have him here in the chat. Parma Jake today, M the Great, Josh is here. Got a good crew here today. Wow, Kripke as well. He says Spurs going to put it down. Lakers are Tomps, Andrew K. What a group. This is the group right here. All right. Justin here as well. Great to see Justin in the chat. Hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Still the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. All right, that's it from the crew here right now. Ready, set, and go with our card. Just some basketball. What are you going to do, you know? Let's get it rolling. Let's get to it with our coverage. Just 4 games in the NBA. Getting down the All-Star games here. And man, you know, I still do like some kind of, you know, All-Star games in basketball here. But again, just going away from a more traditional format just has me kind of uninterested. And that's, you know, I don't want to be that guy. I mean, I've already been that guy here with Bad Bunny this week and all that, but you got to be honest with them. And I mean, I just don't like any kind of, you know, strange 3-team formats. You know, if anything, maybe the 3-point contest has still got something left as far as the NBA All-Star weekend. I did see a great suggestion though. They talked about on one of the shows here, one of the pregame shows, what would be a good event to have during All Star Weekend that they don't have right now that maybe could generate interest. I thought it was Blake Griffin who had a great call. He said, "I'd do a one-on-one tournament. That's what I'd do. I'd let the players do a one-on-one tournament for $1 million or something like that." And see, I think that's pretty good. That even sounds better than like a 2-on-2 or a 3-on-3 there. So I thought that sounded pretty good. Remember back in the day, we'll get started here, but one of the things that they used to show back in the day in the NBA on CBS back in the 70s and maybe the 80s was they did a horse tournament at halftime. It was already pre-recorded before the season, but they just kind of featured it at halftime. And I don't know. I probably wouldn't go for that today. All right, let's get going here with the action. We've only got 4 games. You guys are nice enough to come in here today. Let's get rolling. We got a few dozen of you in here right now. All right, first up. The Indiana Pacers are going to take on the New York Knicks. NBA action here for Tuesday with the struggling Pacers going on the road here and getting the big points from the Knicks in this one. The Knicks have been still hot here right now. They're coming off a win last time out against Boston. 111-89 is a 3.5-point dog. As Knicks kind of continue their role right now. They did get blown out, remember, by Detroit, but that was only after they were in a really strong rush that they could have even had a little bit of winner's fatigue. It felt like a little bit when they ran up there against Detroit, but they got right back on it with a win over Boston. So things are still looking pretty great here for the Knicks of late. For New York, they do come in here having won and covered 9 of their last 10 games coming into this one. Meanwhile, Indiana just 1-4 straight up and 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games on the road. Indiana has covered 5 of the last 7 meetings between the two teams. Pacers here are 13-7 here to the under in their last 20 games, 7-13 to the under in their last 20. Meanwhile, the Knicks are under in 10 of their last 12 games. The series, however, though, has been an over for the most part. 8 of the last 12 games between the two teams have gone over, but man, right now, this one continues to still 224.5 in this one. Let's see what you guys have. Look, the Knicks are getting the numbers here. This is still a lot of points, but these two teams met back in December. It was 114-113 Knicks on the road. The Pacers actually got the money in that one. And you know what? A dozen points. Still might be tempted to take the points here. Let me go to the chat here in this one right now and see what you guys have. Here we go with a few plays from the chat. And it's going to be Justin's got Cat over on his rebounds today by Max. Going to lay it with the Knicks here and take the over. Art Thompson's on the Pacers. Blake is going to go over here in this one. And man, I'm going to take the Pacers here at 12 points. I'm going to give them a real shot to cover this one, and I'm going to take Indiana. Hey, I acknowledge right now the Knicks are covering a lot of games, a lot of numbers, and even some big numbers here of late. Can't really give you much as far as the Pacers, as far as any spread success, other than their recent success against the Knicks. Like I said, they've actually covered several of the games, but This is only the second time this season. We know the Pacers have been better. They still are 23-22 against the spread as an underdog. That's not great, but when you're 9-16 against the spread on the road, maybe there's a chance with double digits. I'm going to try the Pacers here in this one. Kripke's on the Knicks. All right. Next up, we mentioned the Clippers, and they've been, playing very, very well. No doubt about it. We just said, as far as their recent string is concerned here, having won 19 of their last 25 games. Coming into this one, the Clippers have also won 12 of their last 16 coming in. They're just 2-4 against the spread, however, in their last 6 games, and they're just 3-6 against the Rockets in the last 9 games between the two teams overall. Rockets have won 9 of their last 13 and gone 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over, even though Houston's gone under in 16 of their last 20 coming into this one. These two teams have already met twice. Both games were back in December, and both teams won on their home floor. However, the Clippers were a dog in their game against Houston and won by 20. Houston was a favorite at home, and the Clippers got the money in that one too. So Clippers did get the money in both this season. Clippers have gone over in 4 of their last 6 games. Man, these two teams, you look at this total, it's down, but this is a series that has gone over for the most part. Houston's been a crummy favorite, that's for sure. 8-15 against the spread at home, and 19-27 against the spread as a favorite here. Let's hear from you in the chat with the Clippers tonight, taking on the Knicks. Shouldn't be ignoring the injuries here in this one because you got Darius Garland. He's still out yet to play for the Clippers. Ben Mathurin, though, is probable. Isaiah Jackson probable here right now. And didn't mention, though, in the Pacers and Knicks game, Knicks had injuries there. OG questionable, Mitch Rob out, McBride was out. Pacers injuries had Zubats questionable, Potter questionable, TJ McConnell questionable, Nesmith questionable. Furpy's out for the season. We did get that word. A knee injury is going to knock out Furpy for the rest of the season, and Kobe Brown probable. But let's see what you have this one, Clippers and the Rockets here on Tuesday night. It is a, pretty good 4-game card, that's for sure. And we'll see what you guys have here in this one. Clippers and Houston down to 7 here. Look at the total. I think isn't it lower than this right now? 210. Man, that's about as low as it's getting here right now. But these are the Clippers, after all. I love to go under in some of these Clippers games. Is it just too low? I don't know if it is. I think we're going to see two teams that will be fighting here to get to the low 200s tonight. Art Tops is on the Clippers. Justin's on the Clippers. Blake is on the Clippers. Need I say more? Kripke on the Clippers. Andre likes Diarra on the Knickerbockers. Robert's on the Rockets here at least. And Power Critter is on the good morning, Power Critter. It's a toss-up game. Andrew K says low total. AOD taking a victory, that fight yesterday there in that game. That was a good one. That one was one of the more, that was some fighting going on. And Diabate, he was hot. And Stu should not be leaving the bench. We know that. He's going to pay the biggest penalty there of all those guys. I mean, I'd imagine because of his repeat offender status, he could get 10 games. Maybe not that. Maybe. I don't know. All right, and AOD there in the chat. All right, I'm going to go under here in this one. I'm going to take the under in this one at 210. I'm going to do it. It was 209 earlier and went back up. All right, good one there. All right, Mavericks and Suns here in this one. You got the Suns favored here by 8.5. Total 229 here. Boy, this one's only been going up, it feels like right now. It's kind of strange considering what these teams usually do so far this season, but maybe against one another. Maybe they're expecting points here. But, Phoenix has really been one of the better defensive teams in the league. That's really what's been leading to their success overall. Top 5 team in scoring defense and a top 5 team in 3-point defense. And they force turnovers pretty well as well. Dallas one-dimensional, and, they're mired in another losing streak right here. They're not even covering as great as Flag has been. He's not a ball hog. I mean, he is a true, guy who sees the entire court and knows how to get other players involved. Man, I mean, he's, dare I say, almost perfect out there sometimes, to be honest with you. But they just don't have enough around him. And, Dallas did make some more moves. Hopefully they can improve this situation, get it together, get some wins and preferably some covers. But right now, Dallas has lost 3 straight, 2 to the Spurs. They got beat down in those games as underdogs, and they lost to Boston. They've been playing a tough schedule of late. For Phoenix here, they're off back-to-back losses here to Philadelphia and Golden State of late. In fact, if anything, having lost 3 of their last 4 and failing to cover in those games, they've actually had a little bit of a hiccup here considering how hot they've been. Dallas has lost 7 straight, just 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games. Dallas just 1-4 straight up and against the spread last 5 games against the Phoenix Suns. The 2 teams met back in November, and Phoenix won 123-114 at Dallas as a 2-point favorite. Phoenix numbers, I mean, they still look like a great cover here right now. They're 17-9 as a home favorite against the spread here, and Dallas is 8-14 against the spread on the road, and that's even with a team that has had modest success covering the spread, but not of late. Phoenix has failed to cover in 6 of their last 9. They've gone under in 13 of their last 19 games. I'm talking about the Phoenix Suns here. They're 8-18 to the under at home and 9-17 to the under as a favorite. Dallas is 9-13 to the under on the road. 6 of the last 8 meetings between the 2 teams have gone under, and Phoenix has gone under in 8 of their last 10 games at home. So, look, it does feel like there is some serious pressure to the over here, and usually the sharps are right about this, but I just don't know if I can do it. I mean, Phoenix needs to play to win here, no doubt, because they are having some struggles here of late. They're still excellent against the spread this year, and maybe they will beat them down. And, maybe because of just Dallas's ways, they can have success. But, oh, man, I don't know if I can do it, even though the sharps appear to be on the over. Let's see what you have to say before I make a pick here. Suns are up to an 8.5-point favorite at some spots. It was 7.5. Kripke might take the Mavs. Justin here has Connor Gillespie with his assist. Want to say hello to Daddy Beats in the chat. Good to see Daddy Beats in there. NYC Bar, good morning. He's got the under in this one. R. Thompson on the under here. And Suns for Power Critter, Bobby Max on the Mavs here. Thank you, Daddy Beats. I'm going to take the under. I might not know any better. I kind of roll. Hey, one thing about Billy Walters, he always said handicap the handicappers, but I'm going to have to go with the under in this one. Just what I've seen and what's been successful this season with the Suns. Very steady to the under, particularly in the home favorite role. I'm going to take the under. Man, I don't want to go too fast here. Maybe go back and check the injuries. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Clay is questionable here for Dallas. Middleton will be in this game for Dallas. That's a great sign. Let's see what happens with Middleton in here with his new team. For Phoenix here, you got Cole Anthony out. Livers is out. And Grayson Allen is out. All right, I'm on the under. And Josh says, Bitcoin seems to be dying lately. You think? Hey, that was a great time to buy. We're at 68,000 here. Just think, it might double. It might go all the way back up to 126,000. We're basically at down 50% off those Bitcoin highs. Okay. We got one more here tonight, and should be a good one. But the Lakers are on the back-to-back here, going up against these red-hot San Antonio Spurs here. Man, the Spurs, winners of 4 straight here right now, and covers over Dallas here in a back-to-back, in a home-and-home here this past weekend. They also won and covered against OKC, won and covered at home against Orlando. For the Lakers here, they're off of that loss yesterday. They were on a 3-game winning streak and pulled an El Foldo there down the stretch as Oklahoma City went right on by. Lakers still have been a pretty decent home favorite, but they've come back down to earth a little bit. They're just 12-11 against the spread at home and 8-13 against the spread as an underdog. This line here, 8, you know what? It's at least 8.5 right now. I'm starting to see 9. So you really have to wonder what kind of personnel that the Lakers are going to put out there in this game. With Luka, obviously he's going to be out of this game tonight. He's questionable right now, but with this spread at 8, 8.5, 9, you just got to think that the dealio here is that that Luka's probably going to miss, right? If he's got this 9-point spread here right now for San Antonio. Still, Lakers, give them credit here as far as covering these numbers, but underdog is not their best role. For San Antonio here, they're 11-17 to the under on the road and 14-22 to the under as a favorite. However, the Lakers are 16-7 to the over at home and 13-8 to the over as an underdog. So let's see what you have here in this one, and that's going to be tonight's game here with San Antonio and the Lakers here tonight. Still want to take the Lakers here with these points. I can't help myself and figure they'll hang in there somehow. Let's go to the chat. I know the Spurs will probably be pretty popular here, but I might be on the Lakers. Here we go. Lakers 4, 9 Legacy, Crip Keys on the Spurs, Roberts on the Spurs, Stacks is on the Spurs game to go over here. And Wim is also on Wemby, over on his points. And, the Lakers do have some guys. They got some guys. All right, I'm going to try the Lakers here at home, plus all these points on a back-to-back without Luka. Oh, I'm going to do it. Lakers first half for Daddy Beats, and our Tops likes this game to go over. I will say this, the total has gone down here somewhat. It was as high as 229.5. We're down to 227, leaning to the under right now at Bet Online. 227 flat here in Vegas, so I might trust that move, actually. These two teams met back on January 7th. Spurs won at 107-91 at home as an 8.5-point favorite, and they also won at LA in December, 132-119. The Lakers won the November meeting 118 to 116. So they'll go there with their fourth meeting already of the season in this one. VAR like the over as well. Oh man, that's it for the NBA. Man, what are we going to find out? Some other sports today. There's 4 games in the EPL today. And that should be pretty exciting. I did see a time change in the golf league time for tonight, I think. Saw the hole-in-one yesterday. Those guys are going crazy like they're just hit the hole-in-one on the 16th hole in Phoenix. I used to get a hole-in-one every night in Tiger Woods golf. You didn't see me jumping around the living room. So hole-in-one last night by Tommy Fleetwood, virtual hole-in-one. How exciting is that? I'm just not feeling it in the golf league. But I did take, I do have Jupiter to win it all, but I took them at 10 to 1. They're in last place, I think. Hey, we'll get to college in just a moment, but just a little news today here in Las Vegas. We'll have a press conference here in Vegas today to announce that the Raiders are going to hire former Seattle offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak to a 5-year contract to coach this team, and good luck. Hey, who wouldn't want to see the Lakers take Fernando Mendoza, whether it's right or wrong, to do so for a team like the Raiders that needs so much help? It will be the Raiders hiring Clint Kubiak today with the press conference here on Tuesday afternoon. Also, what will the Raiders do with Max Crosby? You know, Max was critical of the Raiders sitting him down for the last 2 games, saying, hey, they're tanking to get Mendoza. You saw Max Crosby out there, doing some, casual sports, if you will, some street sports here, just a little pickup basketball, things like that. And so you think, oh, man, maybe they're right. He's but now, we learn that Max has had ankle surgery here after this month, or before this month. So, maybe they did him a little bit of a favor. I think Max was hurt here. I think more Max just wants out of town because this Raider team is not going to be turning around anytime soon. Hopefully, Mendoza with that infectious attitude, you could almost call it corny. Sometimes that comes back to backfire. You hear not comparing him to a guy like Tebow, but he's got that Tebow-like enthusiasm, right? And hey, if it wins and you're good at it, he could become a big star. He's already a huge star. We know that. But he could become a big-time professional star, but you have to win. You have to produce. You have to back it up. And we'll see if Mendoza can come in this failure of a franchise right now without a lot of depth, without a lot of talent to come in. And I think that's more Max's attitude, just wants to go play for a winner while he's in the prime of his career because the Raiders aren't turning it around anytime soon. We're pulling for you, Fernando, for our Fernando Mendoza, but Raiders to announce their new head coach today. All right, and let's get into maybe a little bit of college basketball here right now. Also, we talked yesterday, of course, about Lindsey Vonn's injury and saying that, she had the ACL tear. She shouldn't have been out there. I'll still stand by that, but as it turns out, her injury was a tibia fracture that will require multiple surgeries there. Looks like the superstar's career is over, unfortunately, but man, Breezy Johnson, no spoilers here, shouldn't have even said that. Just make sure you're tuned in to exciting action tonight at the Olympics. Watch it in prime time if you didn't stay up like me throughout the middle of the night here. All right, and also we did see Ilya Malinin there with the gold medal in the men's freestyle skate, did those 5 quad jumps and had the great score there, man. Big U.S. back, and still a great story. I mean, U.S. figure skating in general, just after the tragedy last year, or I guess it was a little over a year ago now. But all right, let's get to the colleges here. After last night's incredible game there with Arizona and Kansas, I think they end up fining North Carolina for storming the court. Remember, I said, hey, give them a fine or give them a technical. Okay, here we go. First up,
Steam play.
Oh, there we got some steam. Oh, wait a minute. Almost forgot the steam machine was on. There's our first steam here, at least when the show's on. There have been some other moves here today, but let's get a fresh steam move here with Rhode Island. They're taking the steam here. Is Nate around here today? Remember, he said yesterday he fell asleep during the game because the Patriots put him to sleep, I think, with that offense. I said, Nate, falling asleep on the Super Bowl? But as someone who was on the Patriots and they were giving me the business here yesterday, weren't they, in the chat there for being on the Patriots? I'd probably be on them again. But Rhode Island right now here, plus 4.5, just taking the steam against George Washington. Rhode Island taking our first steam move on the show. Wonder if we'll get any more here, actually. There was actually one that we were just coming on the air. Duke and Pittsburgh steamed to the under there. It was 137.5 and went down here. Duke and Pitt, it did go down to, let's see what that line is here. 136.5. Hey, there's another one right now. How about that? With Utah State taking the steam in their matchup with Fresno State tonight. Utah State, not the best cover in the world, that's for sure, but they're going to be laying over 20 here right now. They were a 19-point favorite. Now they're up to 20.5 here right now. Steam on Utah State coming in here right now on the Morning Steam Show. All right. Also, Gonzaga took a little steam this morning. They were minus 20 in their game. They opened 19, actually, but now they're up to 21, maybe 21.5 there against Washington State. Gonzaga took some steam as well this morning. And Oklahoma State, Arizona State steamed to the under earlier. These are old moves right now, but steam did come in on Oklahoma State and Arizona State, which is doing a little extra coverage today because of our lack of a schedule, just 22 games, I think Nuke told us. That one was 163 down to 161.5 there in the game between Oklahoma State and Arizona State. Also, Houston Cougars took the steam at 16.5 in their matchup against Utah. Houston is currently an 18-point favorite in their matchup today with Utah. It was Houston that took the steam here overnight. All right, let's get to those college games right now. I've selected 5 games. Let's see. We got some comments in the chat real quick. And hello to Textiles there in the chat. Power Critic is missing the NHL. Once we have Olympic hockey here, the men's, the women's have been pretty fun, but once we get the men's hockey, and what else is great about, we talk about fight night in the NBA, you're going to need those NBA fights, because if you fight in the Olympics, you don't get a 5-minute major, you get ejected. So it's a little cleaner program there. We know, hey, NHL, hey, they need to fight because obviously they know that their sport can't match it. Oh, did I just say that? Clean it up, NHL. Do we really need fighting anymore in this day and age? I guess we all love a fight, especially when the goalies are fighting. Okay, Bobby Mack might be getting on some of this tennis still today. I had some overnight action, I think, there with some of my overnight premiums there, but oh man, Noskova. I had Noskova, didn't get it done, and GMP lost for me too. So also Paolini, I got swept out of there. I was steaming here on the tennis this morning. So man, I kind of backed off this group of women's matches here a little bit after losing a few of these matches here this morning. I was hot, but cooled off quick. Okay, here we go. Jordy, hello in there as well. And I got porked. I think, is that what I was supposed to say? All right. And JLS just beat Hugo Grenier just moments ago. 6-love, 6-4. All right, here we go. College ball.
Steam playing.
Oh, one more here. This is our college segment, so here comes some steam. BYU and Baylor. Ooh, some steam to the under here. I don't mind that. I don't think. Steam to the under here with BYU and Baylor. It was 160.5. Right now, steam's coming in here with BYU and Baylor. We're up down to 158 here. About a 3-point overall move, although the steam did come in at about 160.5. But man, this one's getting hit lower big time right now, BYU and Baylor. Hey, I'm having a great time here with 100 of you in here right now. Wow. I should have planned for a bigger show with all these folks in here. Let's talk college basketball with North Carolina on the road here, taking on Miami. ACC ball here on a Tuesday. We've got some decent matchups here. Maybe not the powerful schedule, but you got number 11 North Carolina here coming off the big win over the Dukies. They are 19-4 overall coming into this one. Miami comes in here 18-5. They're coming in off of a win over BC, but they did not cover. In fact, despite winning 3 of their last 4 games, Miami's just 1-3 against the spread in those games. Miami just 6-10 ATS at home. North Carolina 3-2 against the spread as are they now an underdog here? I might have to flip this line, actually. No, there's some pick'ems out there right now. It's either North Carolina 1, maybe a pick'em. I really don't see Miami favored anywhere at this point. Miami here is a big-time over team. This we know they are 11-3 or 11-5 to the over at home. North Carolina, or the Miami Hurricanes. North Carolina is 5-3 to the over on the road. So we've seen mostly overs, especially of late, from these two teams. They have not yet met this season. Carolina's won the last 3 matchups between these two clubs. Last met here in Miami in November of 24. Carolina won that one 75-72, and then Carolina won here last year. It was at Carolina 92-73. They covered 17.5 points in that one. So see what you got here in this one between North Carolina and Miami. Carolina's won 5 straight coming in, just 1-5 though against the spread. Their last 6 against the Canes. Carolina's covered 4 of their last 5 overall. The only team they didn't cover was a win against Syracuse. They own wins here of late over Duke, of course, and Georgia Tech. Covered that one. Covered against UVA. Covered against Notre Dame. Miami's won 13 of 16, but just 1-4-1 against the spread. Maybe even 1-5 if you keep the score at home. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone under. However, Carolina's gone over in 8 of their last 9. Miami's gone over in 12 of their last 14 coming in. Miami 11-5 to the over at home, and North Carolina 5-3 to the over on the road. Miami's been a pretty crummy cover, 6-10 against the spread at home. I may have read the wrong number earlier in that one. Let's go to the chat. Help me out here with this one. Carolina, look, maybe Miami will get the attention of the chat with being at home here in this one, but Carolina feels like they're playing pretty well here right now. All right. Power Critter talking about the TFO match in there. We did have found one winner somewhere. All right, let's see here. There's Stacks. He's on the over. He is on the over in this one. Hard to think that it wouldn't be an over. It's just all right, let me keep it rolling here right now with your comments. Nuke is on the heels here in this one. I think I want to be on the heels. I know the Sharps are going to be on Miami here. Art Thompson's on the over here in this one, and Bobby Mack on Miami there. Barr's on North Carolina, and Bobby Mack is on the over here as well. All right, I'm taking North Carolina in this one to win it on the road. I'm going to trust them here to get it done. Give me the heels in this one. All right. Oh, Gage Mason. Gage Mason. George Mason on the road taking on Richmond. Here you got the Patriots 4.5 total 142, 142.5 here with Mason on the road. Richmond's been struggling here right now. They are on a losing streak. This is not your granddaddy's Richmond Spiders coming into this one. For Mason here, they've won 12 of their last 14, gone 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games overall. Mason 6-3 against the spread, their last 9 against the Spiders. Richmond has lost 6 straight games coming in, just 2-4 against the spread in those 6 games. So they did find the money in a couple of them against Rhode Island. They were able to cover by half a point on the road as an underdog, and they covered in an 8-point loss against BCU on the road, getting 12.5. Here they are getting the points at home. They are 4-3 against the spread as an underdog, and GMU just 2-4 ATS on the true road, although they are 12-9 against the spread as a favorite here. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under here. And this total has only moved higher. I'm kind of surprised about that. The steam came in on the over in this game. Richmond is 3-7 to the under in their last 10 games. 7 of their last 8 games have gone under overall. And this series, like I said, has been pretty much a dead under. 6 of the last 7, and even Mason here has gone under in 4 of their last 6 games, including 2 in a row here. Mason off of a win over St. Joe's. They got the money at home. 60-52 is a 6.5-point favorite. They also won and covered on the road against Bonaventure and won and covered against Davidson here. So I think I'm going to take the under here in this one with George Mason and Richmond here on Tuesday night. Yeah, Richmond's having problems, but, at home, they sometimes have been able to get it done a little bit. Like I said, Mason just 2-4 ATS on the road. So let's see what we got here. We got Daddy Beats is on George Mason. Barr is on the under here. Roberts on Richmond and the over. Power Critter likes George of the Mason. All right. I'm going to take the under here in this one. Just with that number sneaking up there a little bit, I think it brings home a little bit of value anyway, with that total moving higher here. Hello to Guido in the chat. Nuke's on Richmond, and so is Stacks. Okay, that's some good respect there in that game. I definitely have not made my call yet in this one. I don't know if this one's going to make the it may need some further evaluating. Okay, let's continue on here with Purdue Boilermakers, Nebraska Cornhuskers, and a big Big Ten game here. And with the Huskers at home, they're a favorite here by 2. maybe even 2.5 right now against those Boilermakers. Nebraska comes in here off of a win, 80-68 over Rutgers. It did not cover on the road, laying 12.5. I got hooked on that one, and they won by 12, but they were laying 12.5 there. I took Nebraska there. Or let's see, no, we were on Rutgers on that one, right? I'm trying to remember. Nebraska here with the recent losses to Illinois and Michigan. Remember, they blew that lead. Illinois blew right by them in that game. But look, they are favored here against Purdue. Purdue's been terrific here with wins over Maryland and Oregon here in their last 2 games. Purdue ranked 13th. Nebraska ranked 7th here right now. Purdue 5-3 against the spread on the road. They're only an underdog for the second time this season. Well, they're 1-0 straight up and against the spread as a dog. For Nebraska here, they are 7-9 against the spread at home. Coming into this one, let's see what you have in the chat here between Purdue taking on the Huskers here in Lincoln tonight. These 2 teams have not yet met this season. Purdue won last year's meeting 104-68 as an 8-point favorite. Purdue rocked them last year. Purdue, though, just 1-8 right now against the spread in their last 9 games coming in. That only cover was a win at Maryland, 93-63. They did club them, but that was the only cover they've had in the last 9 games overall, even though Purdue's won 16 of their last 20. Nebraska, of course, has won 18 of their last 20. They're 6-3 against the spread their last 9 games. Overall coming in, Nebraska's gone under in 6 of their last 7, and Nebraska's gone under in 10 straight games at home. Come on, I'm going to take the under in this one. Purdue's gone under in 4 of their last 6, but 10 straight unders at home for Nebraska here. Purdue has gone over in 6 of their last 10, but they're still 2-6 to the under on the road. And we mentioned that one game where they were actually an underdog. Hey, that went under as well. Nebraska 7-16 to the under this season, 4-12 to the under at home, 5-12 to the under as a favorite. I got to go under here with Purdue and Nebraska. You think of Nebraska kind of in their shooting, if you will. They're shooting. I don't want to say prowess. I don't know if they're quite there, but they're more of an inside team. In fact, they are top 25 in field goal shooting, 2-point field goal shooting. Probably their strength, actually. That and the fact that they are. But these 2 teams, the one thing about 2 of the top 5 teams in the nation in assist to turnover ratio. So supposed to be a pretty clean game here with Purdue and Nebraska. See what you got in the chat here in this one. Andrew K might be on the Huskers at home. Stacks is on Purdue. Bar says, take Nebraska on the money line, lean to the over. Daddy Beats on Purdue. Kripke, Nebraska. This is back and forth. Look at this. Nuke's on the Boilers. And Robert's on the Boilers as well here on the road. All right, at least you guys are on the side. I'll take the total. Let me take the heat here. But, man, these Nebraska games at home. Look, maximize your possessions. That's what I would say is going to happen here in this one tonight. James Parham on Nebraska as well. All right. Man, we're going so fast here, and we got a huge crowd in here today. All right, next up, go to the SEC feature here. And look, there's some other games involving some top teams, but they were just all such big spreads. It was hard to kind of come up and say, let's preview Duke and Pittsburgh with a 16-point spread. Let's do Houston and Utah, still leaders of their conferences, but they should win the games. So let's do some closer games. Arkansas here taking on LSU on the road. Arkansas is a favorite here, coming in this one by 6. On the road, here, maybe 5.5. I think it's maybe mostly 5.5 here at this point now. I think I'm going to update that. And the total, we are down here to at least 160. I'm showing 159. I'm showing this one moving lower as we speak here right now with Arkansas. On the road here as the favorite. They are ranked 21st in the country right now. They're coming in here off of a win. They've been playing well, no doubt. A win over Mississippi State. They got the money in that one, 85-68 on the road. Arkansas 15-8 against the spread this season, 9-4. ATS as a favorite for the Tigers here. They come in 13-10 against the spread overall, but they've been in a little bit of a slump here. They just lost to Georgia, 83-71 as a 1.5 point dog at home. Lost it outright there. LSU comes in here having actually lost 8 of their last 10 games overall. Arkansas comes in having won 4 of their last 5. They're 13-5 against the spread in their last 18. They've won 7 of the last 10 meetings against the Bayou Bengals here. These two teams did meet already this season in Fayetteville, 85-81. Arkansas got the win at home, but they did not cover as a 10.5 point favorite here. So can they get the cover today? Can they at least get just the win here at least against LSU tonight? Arkansas has gone under in 4 of their last 6. LSU's gone under in 6 of their last 8, and 5 of their last 6 games at home have gone under. However, 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over. LSU's 1-6 to the under as an underdog. Arkansas's 2-6 to the under on the road. No wonder this one's kind of been going down a little bit here with these two. Let's go to the chat here in this one. It's Arkansas taking on LSU here tonight. All right, Justin's got Arkansas here. I agree. If Justin's on it, I'm on it. I like Arkansas here in this one. Give me the Hogs on the road. Bar is on the dog here. And Jordy says, how about some soccer today? Yeah, we got the 4 games in the Premier League today. Pretty good card. I think I'd have some time to at least put together a pick or 2 here today. I already did put out a super premium today. What game was it? Let's see today's schedule here. Bournemouth and Everton, Leeds and Chelsea, Newcastle and Tottenham, Man U and West Ham. What a nice schedule that is, huh? Andrew's going to be on the Hogs here, I think. And let's see here. Robert's on Arkansas as well. Kripke on Arkansas. Okay, good. Everyone's on Arkansas. I like when I make the call for, Power Critters LSU, but James Farm on the over and our tops on Arkansas here. All right. Well, we got one more here. Probably should have had a bigger schedule, but I just felt like these were the best games. And hey, look, I keep you guys here hours on end. We could have a shorty today, okay? Let's go to one more here. I've dialed up. Let's go to the Big 12 feature here with Iowa State on the road taking on TCU here in this one. You got the Cyclones ranked 5th in the country here right now, 21-2. They are a 7-point favorite against TCU here in this one. Not an easy game for Iowa State necessarily, at least not an easy game to cover. They are a considerable favorite here, but they're on a roll, of course. They're whipping through these opponents in like nothing. However, they did fail in the last game, but man, that was rare. They've been winning and covering here pretty much every time. They did fail against Baylor 72-69 as a 14.5-point favorite. They did run a little bit of a hiccup there. And I think this one, too, might be a little bit tough on the road. TCU coming in off of a win. They did not cover. They haven't been covering, quite frankly. TCU here has failed to cover in, let's see here. 4 of their last 5 they've failed to cover here right now. And, 5 of their last 6 they've failed to cover. They've actually lost 6 of 9. But TCU is 6-2 against the spread as an underdog. Iowa State's 5-2 against the spread on the road, 9-6 against the spread as a favorite. But I'm going to be taking TCU here before I even check with the chat. I'm going to take the points in this one. Iowa State's been great, no doubt about it. These two teams have not met this year. Iowa State has dominated the series. They've actually covered 6 straight games against TCU, but I'm going to try TCU here. Iowa's won 5 in a row coming in overall. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10, and 5 of the last 7 meetings have gone under between these two. I have a feeling this one, you got an Iowa State team here, basically 2-8 to the under in their last 10, 1-6 to the under on the road, and 5-10 to the under as a favorite. One of those might have been a push, but nonetheless, they've been going under. Let's go to the chat here, and man, the show's going to be over. R. Thompson's on TCU. Dimitri on TCU. Kripke says Iowa State does own them. You look at some of these scores, actually. They beat them by 30 last year, 82-52 covering 16.5. Beat them by 12 the year before that. And they also, Iowa State won their last trip in here to TCU 2 years ago, 73-72. Robert on Iowa State, though, and Stacks has TCU in this one. I'm going to take TCU, and the show's going to be over. Oh, man. Should have did some more games here. Got all these great viewers here with us today, but let's keep it to a little over an hour for once, huh? We'll take a little bit of a breather here as we get ready. Hey, it's time for the pitchers and catchers to report some of the teams today. Let's roll out the balls, get the bats, and get going here. Some baseball coming up. Maybe we'll even get some spring training. I'm known to bet some bets in on spring training. You don't go crazy, but come on. I love to watch some spring training ball, right? Kripke says, what's going on here? Justin here, he's going to go with the early start. Look, you go Stacks. Hey, let's get the worst 2 teams in the league here. But Jason and Justin, I think they are, right. Let's look at the standings here right now. Yeah, Milwaukee's 5-10, Indy's 3-11 there. All right, thanks you guys. Hey, we'll do a drawing here real quick. Get on out of here. Maybe I'll throw down some more tennis. I don't know if I can go with any more public picks today after getting reverse sweep, but try to find some winners anyway. Let's go to the drawing here right now and see who's got a free subscription coming to them from winnable.com. Let's hear from Mikey Money.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, at least the markets are up here today and having a good run. So let's see here. Let's go to the drawing and see who's going to win. We didn't have too many commentators, but we did hard. We had some heavy hitters there, though, obviously in the chat today. So, okay, here we go. Our Toms, Bobby Mack, Crip Key. Look at these names in here today. Jordy, Textiles, Dying Legacy, winners Daddy Beats. Daddy Beats is one, everybody. Daddy Beats can use the promo code WINNER to get 1 free month of picks from me. If you'd like Daddy Beats, no requirement or anything. Just know that after the 1 month is over, you got to cancel. That's a old marketing trick, they say. But go to winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code WINNER for a free month of picks from me. I've got some picks up there right now. I think for some of the action I did anyway, and some of the tennis. But man, I was getting mad at those ladies this morning. Said I gotta finally just go to bed. I watched that hockey game. Hey, they're just about ready to go in this next match, and you saw Nuke in there. Look, we've been having some success with this Italy team here right now, and why not? The way things are going, they get ready to drop the puck here in about 7 minutes right now with Italy and Germany. You know, you look at the standings here currently in the group. Italy 2-0-1, Germany 1-1-1, basically here. So these two teams have already, they'll be going through, but still pretty closely rated match here. And I think just because, man, Germany did that steam there, I think Italy looks like the side to me as well. I think they have benefited a little bit from a little bit of home ice there. All right, that's going to do it here for the Morning Steam Show. And, man, really appreciate great crowd today. I don't know what's going on here, but I really appreciate it. If I'd have known that, I'd have come a little bit harder with some more games. But like I said, just let's keep it real here today. All right, let's see here. Any more here? Art Toms, thank you. Justin says of the game on national TV today. I think it's on the Peacock. I think it's on the Peacock Live for sure, but I would imagine that one would be for sure. At least NBC Sports, wherever they're running those, because in the U.S. and Canada here, a pretty big deal, even if it is just a preliminary round, but probably a little preview of the medal round here. Also Switzerland and Finland there also this afternoon. Justin said he's got Virginia here. Nuke, thank you for everything. More picks from Stacks there. He's got the Leathernecks. Justin's got to be on those Leathernecks. And Nuke says, go Italy. I'll just get out of here, man. I just was so excited having all of you in here. We'll be back tomorrow, more Morning Steam. Join Mikey Money for pre-gaming at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Mikey gets you ready for the primetime action with his show pre-gaming today at 6 Eastern and 3 Pacific time. And that'll be it for the week, man. We could keep it going here. All right. It's going to do it for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.